When can a couple in their 30s with over $500,000 of net worth expect to retire? Hi, this is Sheng. I run the company Save My Cents, where I teach Americans about early retirement and the joy of wealth building. Today we have a client that went through my private coaching, which is a bespoke forecasting service where I help people estimate whether they are on track for retirement. This couple are in their 30s. They currently hope to have a kid in 2026, but obviously that's very hypothetical, and they currently live in tri-state New Jersey. The couple both have project management skills. They make really great income, $180,000 and $120,000, and their employers provide 4% and 2% 401k matches. They currently don't have other forms of compensation such as bonuses or stock options. For people in their 30s, having a net worth of over $500,000 is really impressive. So here's a rundown of their assets and their liabilities. In terms of assets, they have actually over $200,000 in the bank. That is all in cash, and that's because they're saving up in anticipation of buying a home, which I'll talk about later. They also have a car worth $4,000. They have over $200,000, actually $280,000 saved for retirement across 401ks and IRAs, and then other assets such as taxable brokerage and other kinds of investments sum up to $98,000. They currently have student loans of about $56,000, so that leads to a net worth of $520,000. This is their monthly expenses today, and what I do in private coaching is that I forecast this, but I also add inflation to it. So this is not going to be their numbers forever. But right now they pay $2,300 for housing. Their loan minimums are about $940 a month. Their basic expenses, so this is stuff like groceries, hygiene products, toilet paper, your phone plans, $1,200 a month. Their car is paid off, so just the gas, insurance, maintenance on it is about $370 a month. And then everything else, well, this is a double income, no kid household. They make good money, no kids. So they do splurge on themselves in nice to have areas, eating out and travel, which sums up to a little bit over $2,000. So this is a total spend of about $6,900 a month. They still are contributing almost $4,000 a month towards their 401ks together. This means that they have about $4,000 left a month for savings. First off, I work on creating a debt payoff plan because they have multiple lines of student loans. Each loan has a different balance, interest rate, and payoff term. Most student loans, like the ones that they have, are under the standard repayment plan, which is 10 years to pay off the student loans. And I divided the loans into those with 5% or higher interest rate versus those with less than 5% interest rate. About $40,000 of the loans have 5% or higher interest rates. Those are the ones that we're going to pay off as soon as we can. So if you think about the $4,000 a month that they have available in cash, we're throwing that towards the loans, starting with the loan with the highest interest rate first. The loans with less than 5% interest rate, we're going to hold off. They're going to just be paying the minimums on it that allow them to pay off that loan on time, because I'm not really in a hurry to pay off loans with low interest rate. This couple is really smart in that when they decide to buy a house, and they won't do this until they're pretty sure they're going to have a child, they're also hoping to house hack it. House hacking just means that you rent out part of or the entire house to help pay for the cost of owning the house. So you're primarily a landlord. And for this house hack, they're going to move to a lower cost city to do this. So we're now looking at purchasing a house that's worth $500,000 today. It will probably grow to about $562,000 by the time they're looking at this. So if you count the 20% down payment, the 2% closing costs, then we're looking at pulling about $124,000 from the cash savings that they have today. In terms of how they're going to rent it, it's going to be a 2-unit multifamily home. So they're going to live in one unit, rent out the other. Looking at the rents in that area that they're hoping to buy, we're looking at probably $3,000 in rent a month, which is really good. I also forecasted how much this house is going to cost. So we're talking about a $450,000 mortgage at 30-year fixed, hopefully 4% interest, because this is again a few years into the future. And so that mortgage payment is going to come out to about $2148 a month. Then there's going to be all the other costs associated with the house, utilities, property tax, homeowners insurance, and we always set aside a sinking fund of about 1% of the home value each year to anticipate any major repairs or remodels. And so that's going to come out to about $1,600 a month. A lot of things will change once a new child arrives. So they're going to move to this lower cost of living area, but it may also mean a reduction in household income. We talked about it, so we think that that's probably going to lead to a post-tax reduction. So after you take all the taxes away, of about lower $1,250 in income. But a couple of things are going to make up for it. First of all, because their house hacking the home is going to be rented out, their house costs are actually going to be pretty low. So it's actually going to go down by $1,600 relative to today. They're also committed to reducing some of our nice-to-have expenses. I threw out a number, $400 a month. I think that's pretty doable, but it's actually going to be up to this couple how much they want to reduce their spending relative to how badly they want to retire early. They're going to have another child, and with that comes childcare. So they're not going to be near family. So we're looking at probably $2,500 a month for daycare until pre-K. On top of that, there's going to be a plethora of other costs for the child. We don't know what they are right now, but I've estimated it to be about $1,600 a month. It is on the high end. This includes nice to haves too, like travel and gifting. And then also I planned in a $500 a month contribution to the child's 5 to 9 plan to save for college. On this page, you'll see the chart of how much this couple is able to save and invest throughout the next few decades. And it's actually quite a lot because of their high income earning power. In the beginning, we're going to pay down some debt. That's the blue. The orange, gray, and yellow represent retirement savings. And then the dark blue is 5 to 9. So at age 34, one of them is going to turn 34. That's the lowest year because that's when they're buying that house, moving, experiencing that downturn in income, having a kid, which means they also go on childcare leave and stuff. But then it goes back up and there's that bump at age 39 when the kid goes into public schools. Overall, we're looking at over $100,000 a year going into investments each year. I ended the forecast for them at around age 50 was when they asked for me to basically plot out no more income. Keeping in mind that this couple already has a really great head start with over $500,000 of net worth, in about 4 years, that is going to reach about $1 million in net worth, which is a really great milestone to achieve when it comes to the world of early retirement. Then in about 13 years, that's when I estimate that they're going to reach early retirement. Early retirement is basically defined as when 4% of your net worth is equal to your annual living costs in that year. And so this is the summary of their plan. I delivered this to them. They are so excited. They already started planning for pulling back some expenses. They really are hopeful to start their family at some point. I want to remind my audience that early retirement is a nice to have. It's not going to be available to everybody, but it is possible for people who are willing to really push through, get that really high income, lower their expenses in whatever means necessary, and investing the difference. And it can be available to more people than previously imagined, thanks to the flexibility that we have when it comes to investing in the stock market. Please subscribe to Save My Cents. Please feel free to drop some questions in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.